If you would, please take a seat, and then we'll get started. According to my staff, we're already 2 minutes late. Usually at commencement, we start 1 minute actually before commencement starts. All right. Perfect. Very good. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our 2022 Texas State University Convocation. I'm Gene Bourgeois, the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at Texas State University. During today's event, President Danfus and I will be recognizing several members of our university community. A recording of this event will be available online, and we will welcome those who are viewing Convocation by live stream. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce a special guest in the audience. Joining us this morning, Mrs. Beth Danfus, married to President Danfus. Beth? Welcome to San Marcos and Texas State University. With us today are many new faculty members who have chosen to become a part of our great campus and community. The names of our new tenured and tenure track faculty are listed in your online program. I would like to ask all new faculty here to please stand so that we can welcome you to Texas State. New faculty. With us today are several people serving as new department chairs, directors, and administrators listed in your online program. Some of these people are new to our university, while others are in new roles here. I would like to ask all of our new department chairs, directors, and administrators here to please stand. In addition, President Emeritus Denise M. Trouth extended Dr. Tyre Ekin, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Information Systems and Quantitative Methods, as a Presidential Fellow for the 2022-2023 academic year. Congratulations to Tyre, although he cannot be with us this morning. Also listed in your online program are the faculty members who have completed 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50 years of service at Texas State University. I'd like to ask these faculty members to please stand as we applaud their long service to this great university. And now President Danfus will join me up here to recognize the faculty members who were awarded tenure through last year's review cycle by presenting them with an engraved crystal Texas State paperweight. Would these faculty members please come forward as I call your name? Dr. Emmanuel Alanis, Department of Finance and Economics. Dr. Linda Alkire, Department of Marketing. Dr. Sydney Anderson, Department of Marketing. Dr. Ashley Arnio, School of Criminal Justice and Criminology. Dr. Ashleen Bagnulo, Department of Political Science. Dr. Sarah Blaylock, Department of Counseling, Leadership, Adult Ed, and School Psychology. Dr. Allison Collins, Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Sarah Damiano, Department of History, is not able to attend. Dr. Anton Doctorman, Department of Mathematics. Dr. Paulina Flash, Department of Counseling, Leadership, Adult Education, and School Psychology. Dr. Michelle Forsyth, Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Corey Fox, Department of Management. Dr. Sarah Fritz, Department of Biology, is not able to attend. Dr. Lori Gallegos de Castillo, Department of Philosophy, is not able to attend. Ms. Catherine Glasheen Dentino, Department of Theater and Dance. Dr. Priscilla Goebel, School of Family and Consumer Sciences. Dr. Nestor Guillen, Department of Mathematics. You know people went along for the journey, so they can join in as well. Dr. Maria Hayasoso, Department of Counseling, Leadership, Adult Education, and School Psychology. Dr. Maria Del Mar Huertas, Powell, Department of Biology. Dr. Angela Jones, School of Criminal Justice and Criminology. Dr. Sean Justice, School of Art and Design. Ms. Myung Kim, School of Art and Design. Dr. Denser Koner, Department of Computer Information Systems and Quantitative Methods, is not able to attend. Ms. Alice Lee, School of Art and Design. Dr. Yuming Lee, Department of Health and Human Performance. Not able to attend. Dr. Matthew Logan, School of Criminal Justice and Criminology, is not able to attend. Dr. Cynthia Luxford, Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. Dr. Matthew McAllister, Department of Health and Human Performance. Dr. Shi Pan, Department of Sociology. Dr. Catherine Purswell, Department of Counseling, Leadership, Adult Education, and School Psychology. Dr. Daria Rabakina, School of Music. Dr. Suzanne Ramo-Gechter, School of Music. Dr. Carolyn Ritter, Department of History. Dr. Ramona Salcedo, School of Family and Consumer Sciences. Dr. Eric Sarmiento, Department of Geography and Environmental Studies. Dr. Yushan Shin, School of Family and Consumer Sciences. Ms. Marika Sherman, School of Art and Design. Dr. Michael Solom, Department of Geography and Environmental Studies. Dr. Dimitri Tetten, School of Art and Design. Dr. Louis Dean Valencia, Department of History. Ms. Holly Vaselka, School of Art and Design. Dr. Maggie Wan, Department of Management. And Dr. Catherine Warnell, Department of Psychology. Please join me in applauding our faculty newly tenured and promoted one more time. Thank you all. Congratulations. President Danfus will also recognize faculty who are promoted to professor by presenting them with an engraved Pewter Jefferson Cup. Again, please come forward as I call your names. Dr. Taylor Acey, Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Suparno Banerjee, Department of English. Dr. Emily Brunson, Department of Anthropology. Dr. Jose de la Puente, Department of History, is unable to attend. Dr. Joseph Falaco, Department of English. Dr. Jesse Gaynor, Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Paige Haber-Curran, Department of Counseling, Leadership, Adult Education, and School Psychology. Dr. Ronald Hagelman III, Department of Geography and Environmental Studies, is not able to attend. Dr. Nolan Martin, Department of Biology, is not able to attend. Dr. Melissa Martinez, Department of Counseling, Leadership, Adult Education, and School Psychology. Dr. Scott Mogul, Department of English, not able to attend. Dr. Clara Novoa Ramirez, Ingram School of Engineering. Dr. William Oxford, School of Music. Dr. Jessica Paliley, Department of History. Dr. Anadelia Romo, Department of History. Dr. Omar Sanchez Siboney, Department of Political Science, is unable to attend. Dr. Sharon Strickland, Department of Mathematics. That's got to be Alejandro Sorto up there. I knew it. Dr. Feng Wang, Ingram School of Engineering. Dr. Walter Wright, Department of Political Science. Dr. Jillian Zhang, Department of Computer Science. Again, please join me in congratulating our newly promoted to professor faculty members. Now I'd like to recognize a number of individuals receiving honors and awards. As I announced the 22 honorees, please know that a few award recipients are being promoted to a new rank or title this year. The awards process in this ceremony communicate the award recipient's rank or title at the time the award was applied for and received. Dr. Danfus will recognize each of the faculty members receiving honors and awards with the appropriate resolution, plaque, or medallion. And the faculty members know the score. Come when I call your name. Each year, the Texas State University System Board of Regents honors professors who have achieved excellence in teaching and research while demonstrating an unwavering dedication to their students, university, and our community. This year, Texas State is proud to have two of our faculty members named Regents Professor. Dr. Susan Morrison, University Distinguished Professor in the Department of English, who's not able to attend, and Dr. Rodney Rohde, Chair and University Distinguished Professor in the Clinical Laboratory Science Program. The Board of Regents also recognizes exceptional teachers with the Regents Teacher Award. Regents teachers are selected based on their outstanding performance as educators, their contributions to the development of courses, and their use of innovative teaching methods. Texas State is proud to have a Regents Teacher honoree this year, Dr. Ting Liu, Professor in the Department of Health and Human Performance. In 2013, the Board of Regents began honoring staff members for their commitment to the university and its mission. One exceptional staff member is chosen annually for this honor from across the 7 institutions in the Texas State University system. I'm very pleased to say that this year's recipient of the Regents Staff Excellence Award is Ms. Marianne Mendoza, Executive Assistant in the Office of the President. Each year, the Minnie Stevens Piper Foundation selects up to 15 Texas professors who have made a special impact on their students and the wider community. I am pleased to announce that among this year's recipients of the Piper Professor Award is Dr. David Lemke, professor in the Department of Biology. This morning, we are also recognizing 2 university distinguished professors whose careers in teaching, research, and service have been exemplary and recognized at the state, national, and international levels. Please help me congratulate our new university distinguished professors, Dr. Jason Kwok, professor in the School of Music, and Dr. John Lasser, professor in the Department of Counseling, Leadership, Adult Education, and School Psychology. For their years of outstanding teaching, research, and service at Texas State, 7 retired faculty members have been named Distinguished Professors Emeriti, and we recognize them here today. Our honorees are Dr. Vicki Britton, Professor Emeritus of Political Science. Dr. Marcus Felsen, Professor Emeritus of Criminal Justice and Criminology. Mr. Charles Hurt, Professor Emeritus of Music. The late Dr. Elizabeth Makowski, Professor Emerita of History. Dr. Charles Nye, Professor Emeritus of Theater and Dance. Dr. John Schmidt, Professor Emeritus of Music. And Dr. William Stone, Professor Emeritus of Criminal Justice and Criminology, who is not able to attend. Each year we recognize one faculty member with the Presidential Seminar Award. Recipients then share their research or creative activity with their peers. The 2022 honoree is being recognized for his superlative scholarship and contributions to his discipline. The next Presidential Seminar will be presented by Dr. Hiro Lee Tanaka, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mathematics. We are honoring 2 faculty members with presidential awards for excellence in scholarly and creative activities. Both have made significant contributions to their disciplines and to the intellectual life of our university. They are examples of Texas State's commitment to research, scholarship, and creative activity as part of our teaching and learning experience. Join me in congratulating Dr. Craig Johnson, Professor of Practice in the School of Music, and Dr. Ryan Anderson, Assistant Professor in the Department of Agricultural Sciences. This year's Presidential Awards for Excellence in Teaching go to 3 individuals who are passionate about their fields and convey that excitement to their students. Please join me in honoring Dr. Catherine Cherstrom, Associate Professor in the Department of Organization, Workforce, and Leadership Studies, Dr. Joshua Miller, Assistant Professor in the Department of Communication Studies, and Mr. Jonathan Smickley, Senior Lecturer in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. We also ask our faculty to serve, as well as to teach and conduct research. The Presidential Award for Excellence in Service is given to faculty who exemplify our commitment to public service as a responsibility to our university, our students, and professional fields, and our wider communities. Please join me as we honor Dr. Barbara Hewitt, Associate Professor in the Department of Health Information Management, and Ms. Vlasta Silhavi, Senior Lecturer in the Department of Theater and Dance. Now I'd like to invite Ms. Alejandra Merheb, Assistant Vice President for Alumni Relations, to assist in presenting our next award. Each year, the Alumni Association recognizes an outstanding teacher who demonstrated passion and innovation in the classroom with its Teaching Award of Honor. This year, the Alumni Association recognizes Dr. Cindy Royal, Professor in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Lynn Ledbetter, Chair of the Faculty Senate and Professor in the School of Music, to assist in presenting our next award. Our Faculty Senate chooses from among its colleagues recipients of the Everett Swinney Faculty Senate Excellence in Teaching Award. Everett Swinney Award recipients are chosen on the basis of their dedication to the teaching profession, their influence on the lives of our students, and their contributions to the university as a whole. This award is named for a beloved deceased faculty member and longtime chair of the Faculty Senate. With great pleasure, we present the Everett Swinney Faculty Senate Excellence in Teaching Award to Dr. David Lemke, Professor in the Department of Biology, Ms. Michelle Nance, Professor in the Department of Theater and Dance, and Dr. Charisse Pimentel, Professor in the Department of Curriculum and Instruction. The latter two are not able to attend. We now want to introduce this year's winners of the Mariel Muir Excellence in Mentoring Award. Each year we honor a faculty member and a staff member for mentoring our students and employees. We are proud to recognize Dr. Clarena Larota, Professor in the Department of Counseling, Leadership, Adult Education, and School Psychology, who is not able to attend, and Ms. Allison Glass-Smith, Coordinator in the Department Recruiting in the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies. And now let us honor the 2022 Employee of the Year. He was chosen from among the 12 employees of the month. Join me in congratulating Jonathan Hernandez, Assistant Director for Campus Recreation. Join me in giving a round of applause for all of our award winners and recipients and recognees today. Thank you. Well, the next part's easy. It's my pleasure, my honor to introduce the new president of Texas State University, Dr. Kelly Damphus. Dr. Damphus.
Well, it's great to be here. It's great to see you all. I look forward to the day where I'm no longer introduced as the new president. Somebody introduced me yesterday as the next president. I guess that our branding has really taken off here. Everything's next. I want to say one more time congratulations to our awardees. I will tell you that when I got tenure, and then when I was promoted to full professor, my recognition was a form letter from the president. I'm not actually sure he actually signed it, but we need to take time to celebrate the great things that our faculty and our staff are accomplishing. So let's give them one more round of applause. Congratulations to you all. Since I first started as president in July, I've experienced many firsts. My first meetings with faculty, staff, alumni, students. My first visits to our impressive facilities all over our campus here in San Marcos and in Round Rock. My first time trekking up those Alex stairs in the summer heat, followed quickly and wisely by my first golf cart rides across the San Marcos campus. I was going to the LBJ from JCK, and I said I'd just walk over there, and Mary Ann, who earned her award that day, said, "Oh, you can't walk there," and she was right. But when I got there, I walked back, and someone said, "Well, it's downhill most of the way," and so that was a terrible mistake, too, as well. So it was so great. My calves are already feeling it, and I'm excited to be here. I also had our first commencement ceremony, and today, my first convocation. On my first day on the job, I actually met with incoming freshmen and their families who were attending the new student orientation in LBJ, and I told many of them as I met with them that I had first day jitters. I shared that for two reasons. First, because it was true. The evening before, I couldn't sleep, and so I left my house around 11 o'clock and thought I'd just drive around campus and contemplate the moment before me. I decided as I drove up that I would try to drive over to Old Main and park in front of it and maybe just contemplate Old Main. Well, what I discovered is what you already know, is you can't just drive to Old Main, but it took me almost an hour to discover that I couldn't find it through my car, so I finally got out and walked up there. And I found myself at 11:59 standing in front of the Vaquero statue. As the clock struck midnight, I was standing in the glow of the lights shining up on Old Main, and I contemplated the monumental task before me. Like many leaders, if they're being honest with you, I wondered to myself, can I do this? Out of the corner of my eyes, I looked up. I noticed a shoe polish note in a window that was left by some unknown person earlier that year that simply read, "You belong here." And I'll never forget the moment that note, that was probably written for any number of reasons besides me, but what that note meant to me for as long as I lived. For in that moment, I was reminded that I belong here. The second reason I shared with my opening day jitters with them was because I wanted them to know it's okay to feel a little nervous when you're starting something new. Like our new students, you may be feeling some jitters here today as well. You and I are also starting a new chapter in our lives. In addition to beginning a new academic year, beginning anew that familiar annual cycle of a fresh start and the promise of cooler weather, which I'm told will arrive eventually, you also have a new president. And I know that any change, even good change, and I hope you see it as good change, can be unsettling. This university has been blessed by tremendous leadership over its history. And for the past 20 years, President Denise Trout nobly led this university as it grew in ways that her predecessors could scarcely have imagined. That's just one reason why it's so humbling for me to stand before you today. Before reminding us about our many accomplishments in the past year and sharing my vision for the future of Texas State University, I thought I would share with you, as we start our journey together, 3 values that shape who I am and how I lead. I hope that hearing them will help alleviate a few of your jitters and perhaps some of my own jitters as well. First, I believe that you belong here as well. No matter where you serve or how long you've been here, you matter. Texas State University believed in you when we brought you here into our fold, and we believe in you now as we chart our future course together. We chose you to help build the future of Texas State University. For the past several months, I've watched the way you serve our students and how you serve each other, so I know you believe that they belong here too. Second, your voice matters to me. I've never forgotten my experience as a dean at a former institution when a group of students began walking across campus with red duct tape across their mouth, and they'd sharpied in the word unheard on that duct tape. They were crying out for campus leadership to listen and to act. Engaging with those students as a dean on one-on-one small group sessions and listening to their concerns was an experience I'll never forget, and it shaped me who I am as a leader. It inspires me to this day to ensure that all voices are heard. I cannot promise to solve every problem or concern that you are facing, but I pledge to you to do everything that I can to make sure that you are heard, and when possible, to turn that hearing into action. Indeed, I've already started working with my leadership team to respond to issues that have come to my attention this summer. I'm anxious to continue the efforts we've been making to make Texas State the best possible place to serve, to live, to discover, and to learn. Third, I cannot do what needs to be done alone. A couple of weeks ago, I was in the LBJ library, and many of you have visited that, I'm sure, as well, and I stumbled across two quotes that seemed appropriate for this moment. The first was a little sign about this big on Lady Bird Johnson's desk that simply read, "Can do." The second was a quote from LBJ himself, one of our alumni, that read, "There are no problems that we cannot solve together, and there are very few which any of us can solve by ourselves." We have accomplished great things here at Texas State, but we also have great aspirations for what's next for us. The only way we can get from here to there is first by believing that we can do it, and second, by working on these goals together. As I look around this arena, I'm convinced that we have the right people at the right time in the right place to do just that. Now, this is only my 50th day at Texas State University, but Beth and I have enjoyed making so many memories here already. I've met with many alumni and students, for example, and I've loved hearing their Texas State story. You'll not be surprised that many of the favorite stories of our alumni include the relationships they created with our faculty and staff members who enriched their lives by challenging them in the classroom and by engaging them outside of it. At move-in day, I was talking with a young man who had just graduated, and he told me about the sales department, which had a 100% job placement rate when he was leaving. He couldn't stop bragging about the faculty there and the staff who had helped him get from here to there. There's the sales department. Always be closing. There you go. It won't surprise you that many of our younger alumni have especially mentioned time at Sewell Park. That gets mentioned a lot as well. I've loved sharing and hearing from so many of our faculty colleagues, one of whom eloquently shared how her research is an essential part of her teaching mission. While another told freshmen a couple of days ago, the secret to life is learning, and the secret to learning is asking questions. While yet another explained that the theater is also a type of laboratory where discoveries are made every semester. I've loved running into staff members who always seem to be at every event that I'm at. And hearing a staff member recently tell a group of first-generation students about her story, and that how her goals at their age was to own a home with central heat and air. And you could have heard a pin drop in that room when she shared that touching story, and she shared about how her college education made a difference in her life. These experiences remind me of what drew me to Texas State. I won't do this now, but if I were to ask you just to reach over to your neighbor and share with them what you thought we were doing here, what is the business of Texas State University? I'm convinced that your answer would not be that we are here to generate credit hours, to have a career, to come to serve and retire, or economic development. Some of that is all part of what we do. But I think what you would say is something similar to one of our colleagues, texted me this week. He said, "We're in the business of transforming lives, one person at a time. The lives of the people who come here to learn and to serve. And that, my friends, is the noble purpose of Texas State University, to make people's lives different. Students, faculty and staff, the people who come to this university. I'm proud to serve it alongside you." So now a review of where we've been, what we've been doing the past year. We're starting this academic year in a very strong place. We're so fortunate. While schools across the country are experiencing significant enrollment declines, our team has recruited the largest freshman class in Texas State University history. Somewhere around, yeah, go ahead. We're like 4 people short of 7,600 freshmen this year, which is remarkable. Somewhere around 15% increase year over year. As of today, we've also set another record. 81% of last year's freshman class have returned for their sophomore year, and that's remarkable. And we are forecasting a record $1 million in total research and development spending in fiscal year 2022. Last October, you launched the public phase of the capital campaign, Next is Now. And I just informed the Regents last week that we have raised more than $200 million towards our goal of $250 million. I anticipate raising our goal once we get there because we have so much momentum going. I don't want to stop at $250 million. Texas State also won the BOBCATS Cup this past year, signifying the best overall record by athletics programs in the Sun Belt Conference. In addition, yeah, go ahead. In addition to all that, in the past year and the year before that, you faced the challenges of the COVID pandemic head-on, keeping our community healthy and safe while still developing the academic instruction and support that our students needed. Your hard work allowed the university not just to survive, but to thrive. So I hope you take great pride in all you've done to help Texas State achieve greatness. Thanks to your hard work, we're poised to move from good to great, and now is the time to look at what we can do to take Texas State to that next level. Today, I'll share with you what I believe are our top priorities, but I want to stress that I will be leaning on your voice as well and your expertise to help us shape the strategies as we move forward. As you know, we are currently developing our 2023-2029 strategic plan, and I encourage you to participate in the numerous opportunities there will be for feedback and for your input. Now, to begin shaping the top priorities of my presidency, I met with many administrators, faculty, staff, students, and alumni over the past couple of months, even before I started serving here. This week, my cabinet spent 2 long days doing a deep dive into the University Master Plan, our budget, student success efforts, and our research enterprise. Most importantly, we spent a couple of hours just dreaming big. What could we do if money was no object? Out of those discussions, 2 key opportunities emerged to focus on our future: accelerating our progress towards Carnegie R1 classification and doubling down on our commitment for student success. Allow me to say a few words about both of those. First, finishing the run to R1 is a top priority for Texas State University. It will be a 2-step process that starts with earning access to the state's National Research University Fund, which is also known as NRUF, which is a fund set aside by the Texas legislature to encourage universities to become engines of innovation and economic development by investing in research. Now, there are clear metrics that must be met to achieve NRUF designation, and I want us to create an aggressive timeline to achieve NRUF status. Our ultimate goal, though, is achieving R1 designation. Your accomplishments over the course of the past several years have positioned us well for this transition. Now, the eligibility metrics for R1 classification are not as clearly stated as NRUF, and they may evolve over the years. But this is the time to remove the if qualifier that I've heard so many times in my first couple of months here, where people said, if we are going to become an R1 institution, and replace that with a when qualifier, when we become an R1 institution. It won't be easy, but we have never been about doing only what is easy. To achieve these two objectives, we must take bold action, so I'm charging a presidential commission on the run to R1 to accelerate our progress and to get us there as quickly as possible. The commission will conduct benchmarking and data analysis, inform our strategic plan, make policy recommendations, and map out an aggressive timeline for our goal to becoming an R1 institution. I do want to be clear about something, though, to clarify a couple of misconceptions you may have. First, R1 institutions are not better than R2 institutions. The Carnegie classification system was developed as a research tool to group similarly situated universities together based on their research productivity. But becoming an R1 institution has many advantages. It won't make us better, it will make us different, but it will also help us transform our students' experience because it will allow us to expand their participation in cutting-edge research sponsored by agencies like NASA, the National Science Foundation, the National Institutes of Health, the Department of Defense, and top companies across the United States. Becoming an R1 institution will allow our students to have even more of these enriched learning experiences and will allow them to develop skills to successfully compete for careers with graduates from the most well-known institutions in the country. It will also allow us to retain and to recruit outstanding faculty members and doctoral students here at Texas State, those folks who will be leading us to the cutting edge of the creation of solutions to real-world problems. R1 universities are also economic engines. As an R1, the private sector along the Texas Innovation Corridor will want to engage in even more meaningful partnerships with us, and we will attract private investment from top companies to support our faculty, staff, and students. Already, our research park, Star Park, is the largest lab-based technology incubator in the state of Texas. Now, there are two things that our run to R1 cannot be. First, Texas State has achieved remarkable research and enrollment growth over the years without losing our unique identity, without forgetting Texas State's roots and its values, and without sacrificing the emphasis we have always had on quality teaching. Our goal cannot be about trading our teaching mission with our research mission. We must dedicate ourselves to the ideal that both are important and create reward systems that acknowledge the value we place in both enterprises. Second, we cannot allow ourselves to fall in the trap of focusing exclusively on what's known as the STEM disciplines at the expense of the arts and humanities. As an old arts and sciences dean, I'm particularly sensitive to that. A great university must have a real appreciation for a broad range of disciplines. So, be prepared to hear more about our concentrated effort to become an R1 university. For example, the first episode of my new monthly video series called The Current will be released this afternoon. It will showcase what our run to R1 means for Texas State. We've also launched an Run to R1 page on my website where you can learn more about our research trajectory. Now we'll switch towards student success, something that has been a primary obligation at Texas State since its inception. No matter what initiative we undertake in the future, we dare not stray from our focus on ensuring that the students who place their trust in us are given every opportunity to graduate in a timely manner and to be prepared for life after Texas State. It has always been at the heart of what we do. But meeting that obligation will be more challenging in the next few years. The members of our freshman class haven't had that traditional high school experience because of the pandemic. Our own returning students have experienced similar academic challenges and the learning loss that many of us worry about. While students have always needed our support and our guidance to start their college careers off on the right foot, they need more from us than ever before. They may need additional mental health services, plus a boost in confidence and compassion to feel equipped to take on the work ahead. And student success is not only the work of the faculty. Many thanks to you, to those of you who operate life-changing programs like the Care Center, the PACE Center, the Counseling Center, TRIO, and dozens of other initiatives that touch the lives of our students. not to forget our housing staff. I'm definitely not recommending that we lower the bar for our students as they come here, but my sense is that we need to do more to help them rise up to the bar that we've set. And how do we do that? Well, let's examine just one important metric of student success, first-year retention. Because if we don't retain students in their first year to their second year, we don't graduate them in 3 or 4 years down the road. We should celebrate our increase to an 81% retention rate after we have hovered around 77% for several years. That's a tremendous achievement, and it's not by accident that it happened. We've invested a huge amount of money, $50 million over a 5-year period in scholarships and financial aid. It's also a result of coordinated efforts of faculty and staff all across campus, including the Student Success Executive Committee. But I think we can do more. We shouldn't settle for allowing 19% of our freshmen to not return for their sophomore year. I think we do more with a coordinated university approach to student success, including, but not limited to, retention. To that end, I'll be establishing a second commission, the Presidential Commission on Student Success, which will include the goal of increasing first-year retention to 85% by the midpoint of our strategic plan, while also facilitating improved enrollment, student engagement, and graduation rates. I will ask the Commission to make bold recommendations to the Cabinet and to provide a realistic set of steps to reach or even surpass 85 in 2025. While research and student success are our two highest priorities, we also have other challenges in front of us as well. For example, while we have the largest freshman class in Texas state history and we continue to rank third in the number of applications in the state of Texas, our overall enrollment has been flat or declining for the past 5 years. We must help more people join in the college experience because we know how life-changing it is, not just for each graduate, but for generations to come. Texas State ranks first in the state for helping at-risk students graduate, including non-traditional students and those whose families fall below the federal poverty threshold. So, yeah, absolutely. So when we grow enrollment at Texas State, when we increase the number of students who retain their first year, when we increase the number of students who are graduating here, we're making an impact that no other university in the state of Texas can claim. So I'll be charging a recruitment task force to propose changes we can make to increase enrollment on our campus, to include categories of students that might be taking classes from us in international locations, online, or coming to us through a transfer process. Moving on to Round Rock. We have a tremendous opportunity with our Round Rock campus, which is home to degree programs that are desperately needed in the state workforce. Our initiatives, healthcare labs and clinics that are up there in Round Rock are outstanding as well. But I believe that we need to better understand how we can advance our mission on that location. So I am convening a Round Rock task force to help chart a vision for the future of our campus in Round Rock. This morning, I've shared with you 2 top priorities and commissions that will result, and a couple of task forces as well. But I want to close with 3 personal commitments that I make to you. These commitments center on the ideals of inclusion, employee morale, and creating a culture of collaborative communication. It's a privilege to serve at a university that reflects the diverse state that we live in, and it's our duty to do all we can to foster a community that feels welcoming to all. I am deeply, personally committed to advancing Texas State's work to create diversity, inclusion, equity, and access programming on our campus. Inclusion is linked to student success, but it's also linked to faculty and staff success as well. Our students and employees must feel safe, welcomed, and accepted in order to reach their full potential. We are adding a university-wide strategic goal related to inclusion and access into the overall university goals to that end. Our commitment to inclusion remains at the core of what we do, and it's part of our roots as an institution where American history was made. Texas State is recognized as the birthplace of TRIO programs. The Higher Education Act was signed on our campus in 1965 by alumnus Lyndon B. Johnson, and now we've come full circle with some exciting news from the Department of Education. Texas State University was recently awarded $1.3 million for the McNair Post-Baccalaureate Achievement Program, which gives research funds and internships to first-generation and low-income students. This is a monumental event that completes what we're doing. We have now completed what's known as the trio trifecta of serving pre-college, undergraduate, and graduate students from underserved populations. So that's one thing. My second commitment relates to you as individuals and as a group, and that has to do with employee morale, especially among our staff members, but including our faculty as well. It's a theme that has emerged a lot this past summer. COVID and the changing economy have left us with low staffing levels that are becoming unsustainable. For the past 3 years, we have asked you to do more with less. And I recognize the vision that I've introduced today requires that we do even more. More work in recruitment, enrollment, student success, research, and the list goes on and on. It's certainly an ambitious agenda, but I have full faith and confidence that it's attainable, or else I wouldn't be setting these goals. I'm committed to adding the resources to help us get from here to there. I don't expect you to do more with less. In fact, I don't expect you to do more with the same. It's time for us to do more with more. When leaders say that they can't afford to do something that staff and employees ask for, it often signals what they're really saying is it's just not as high a priority as other things. Increasing salaries and benefits while right-sizing job responsibility is a high priority to me, and I'll do everything I can to address those issues in the coming years. To that end, I should just finish there. I got 2 more pages left. To that end, I've tasked my cabinet to seek ways to positively impact your experience here at Texas State. We will work together to remove processes that waste time with unnecessary administrative burdens. We will create a comprehensive university remote work policy, create new positions where needed, and work to increase your compensation. Now, because the budget has already been approved, there's limits to what I can do for compensation this year, but I'll remind you that you will receive a merit-related bonus in October 2022 and March of 2023. If our positive enrollment continues at its current trajectory, which I expect to happen, we'll seek opportunities to add an additional one-time bonus before the end of this calendar year, so that we can, and then also to create a permanent merit raise program for fiscal year 2024. Finally, I don't have all the answers. Let's confess that to you now. But I'm encouraged by the opportunity to tap into the experiences of our staff and our faculty. Many of them have served 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years here. I don't want to hear, well, we've never done it that way before, that means we can't do it. But your experience will probably show some things something you've always wanted to do. And that's why I want to hear from you all. The only way for us to reach our goals is to create a culture where we can work collaboratively and where we can speak candidly about the challenges and opportunities in front of us. Peter Drucker once wrote, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." I want to invite you to help us all create that kind of culture here. I covet your institutional knowledge, your expertise, your wisdom, your knowledge of what other people are doing in other institutions as we plan the future of Texas State. Staff council, faculty senate, and numerous affinity groups allow us to facilitate some of those conversations, but I also want to foster an improved culture of accessibility where I remain accessible to you to the greatest degree possible. One way we'll do that is by meeting with our campus as much as possible. I love GCK, it's got a great view outside my window, but I prefer to be out and about, as we say in Canada. So you will see me in your building walking around and meeting with you in your offices and meeting with your faculty in their faculty meetings and your staff meetings. To help make that possible, I'll be scheduling recurring events at both campuses where I can engage with you in small groups, as individuals, or as larger groups as well throughout this semester and the years ahead. I'm committed to creating open lines of communication with you because I believe that's the only way we can get this done together. I'm only one member of this large team, all of us striving to have a positive impact on our campuses and our community. No one will work harder than me to make sure that happens, to advance the mission of Texas State University and to ensure that you and our students have everything and every opportunity they need to succeed. I cannot wait to see where this road takes us. Thank you for allowing me to share my vision for the future of Texas State University with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you at BOBCATS Day tonight as we kick off the start of a new academic year. Thank you much for everything you do for Texas State. Thank you for being here today. Thank you. You are dismissed.